looks like we're gonna get to this quick, and they are not here. So,
مش لاقيين
هو بيبقى أحسن لو ما بيشتغل.
Mohit Mamo?
He's there, but he goes.
والله مشكلة والله
Yeah,
مشكلة
not bad.
مشكلة
Okay. I'll have to, اثنين أمريكي.
Where's Pulici? He's not here, isn't he?
يا حلو
هذا اللي يصور.
واحد أو واحد
وذاك حق المتحف.
Yeah, he's just wonderful.
الاثنين حلو المهم والاثنين بيني وبينكم مع الأحمر
سقول.
هذا 100%
Yeah, هذا صح.
حتى أظن حتى هذا هي ماكس
Mr. Mayor,
when you
I think we have the quorum. We
open
can
the
start.
agenda is here.
All right.
No, it's not here no more. So you gotta scroll up. You gotta click on here for you to find
He's
it.
just waiting
It's
for
not like
the
that on my
people to
screen.
come.
Oh, this is the
My
this is
screen.
what- so look,
So it's been acting weird.
see, it's over here.
Even that.
Agenda,
Oh, you know what?
it's in the bottom.
Oh, you know what I think we didn't do. I
So
don't think.
usually when you go on
So
the
you know
agenda,
what it is.
Yeah.
We don't have it
it's
featured.
usually in the bottom.
Or click the
It's
meeting.
because we don't have it featured, and the reason being is because when remember I sent you guys that email.
Okay.
When we tried to make it active on Friday, it just
All
disappeared
right.
on us.
Well, if
when
you guys can
popped
bring it
up,
back
I
the way it
didn't
used to
feature
be.
it. It will.
Okay.
It's just, we never got a chance to feature it because it disappeared on us.
Okay, all right.
I could actually.
It makes it easier.
No, it's,
Instead of going,
of course, we normally do that. But when it's disappeared.
yeah, I know, I'm just,
All right, I guess we are ready to go. You ready, Ron? All right. All right, good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming today. We call this meeting of Hamtramck City Council to order. Today is October 8th, 2024, and it's 7:07 p.m. Would the clerk call the rolls, please?
Councilman Rafai,
present.
Councilman Musa, Councilman Sedman,
Present.
Councilman Mahmoud. Oh, he stepped out. Councilman El Samiri,
Yes, President.
Councilman Hassan,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor is here. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
It's working.
All right, do we have any community announcements?
No, Mayor, not.
No announcements, all right. So we move to proclamation, recognition, and presentations. We don't have presentations or proclamations to read, but we have some certificates to be given to some community members. Some of them requested by some city council members. And I will read the names, and please, when you hear your name, just step to the front and receive your certificate, and then we can take a group picture at the end. We have the first one, Abdul Ali Ahmed. Is he here?
No, he's not there.
He's not here yet. All right.
He's gonna come back.
Muhammad Ad-Duais,
Same thing.
not here. All right. Tawfiq Al-Jahim,
Same is not.
not here. All right. Save us some time for the pictures. Nasser Qaid,
Same thing is not here.
not here. Greg Koliski, not here yet?
No, that's Kowalski.
All right.
Is a surprise, sir?
Yeah.
But he spoke too soon.
He,
Go ahead.
he's supposed to come in?
No, the
Oh.
next one is who?
Yeah, Greg Krishner.
Kirchner. There you go.
Yes. Thank you, Greg, for everything you do. Our cameraman, he runs TV, Hamtramck TV,
He's one
and the chair of the library board for so many years. He's one of the people who wrote our charter, by the way. So, yeah. Thank you. Thank you so
That's
much.
great.
All right, we have Asim Rahman. He's not here.
He's not here.
Would you like to read the statement
Read the
now?
statement
You
right
can
now.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
perfect timing.
Okay.
Honorable Councilman Al Samiri, Honorable Mayor, I am humbled and honored by the recognition today. Unfortunately, I am at a board meeting and couldn't be present. It is my absolute pleasure to help serve the community at different capacities. As you know, I serve as the trustee and treasurer at the Wayne County Community College. Education is one of my core values, and I try my utmost to encourage education to the new generation. Our college offers various programs and staggered certifications to encourage people to advance their education and skills. Please reach out to the college for further information. Thanks again for the recognition. Azam Kamal Rahman.
All right, thank you. Al-Hassan Ali Al-Shabi. Not here?
He's not there.
All right. Mr. Bill Meyer.
Bill Meyer is there.
Bill Murray.
Bill Meyer, the chair of One Hamtramck, citizen of the ward. Yes, who doesn't know Bill Meyer?
Congratulations, sir.
Please,
Bill, you want to turn around the
take a
other
chair.
They got new one, it's not one on Hamtramck. It's not one of Hamtramck.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Abdullah Al-Ghazali. Take a picture, please. Thank you. All right, with that, we move to the next section, which is additions and deletions. Do we have any additions or deletions to the agenda?
No, sir.
All right, then we move to public comments.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
3 minutes. Abraham Al-Jahim, Hamtramck resident.
Good evening,
Good evening.
Mayor, Council, Police Chief, Clerk, City Manager, and Attorney. I have 3 things to talk about today. First one is the FOIA request I requested on September 20th regarding the text message and phone calls between Councilman Khalil, Councilman Sumairi, and City Manager Max Gabriano. Today I get a call and they wanted a check for $57 that I have to give tomorrow to the treasurer, and hopefully I'll get some answers. Second one, city appointed elected officials talking about others. You guys have someone in the planning commission, I don't know who appointed him, his name is Nasser Hussein. It should not be in any commission. It's defamation of character, what he says on social media. And I hope you guys take responsibility today and do something about it, Mr. Mayor, and council, and city manager. Yeah, is that clear, or should I say it again? Third point, support the drone package 2024-134 for the police department. Lastly, thank you all.
Thank you.
Khalil Osman, Dear One resident. 3 minutes.
Thank you. I'm here
I'm
tonight.
sorry to interrupt. Can you please push the, there you go.
Good evening. I'm here tonight to absolutely acknowledge and thank the mayor and the city councils who took the bold move to endorse former President Donald Trump. I really and encourage you guys to continue taking the lead and the path forward, because we have suffered many things in the last couple of years supporting the Democratic Party. I'm speaking of on behalf of myself. I was a state representative candidate back in 2022, and when the sexually explicit books came to the surface in the city of Dearborn, thousands of parents came out and protested these sexually explicit books being pushed to our kids in school. The reaction that we received from our Democratic leadership in Dearborn, they called these parents religious extremists and bad faith actors. And they continue to push us away. They continue to push us with everything they can to enforce this destructive agenda. I want to remind you, Mr. Mayor and the city councils who endorsed former President Donald Trump and the Republican Party ticket, you are in the right path. We need We need to come back to a common sense. We need a path forward to start establishing the connection and the relationship with the people that we believe align with our faith, morals, and religious. Okay, 1 minute left. Overall, I'm here just to show you that we are behind you. There are hundreds of people in the city of Dearborn and the city of Hamtramck. They are supporting and rallying with you with that decision. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mohammed, I know it starts with an SH, but I'm not sure.
That's me.
What's the last name?
Shajira.
Dearborn resident. Dearborn resident as well.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Inshallah, I will speak in Arabic because I need to send this message to resident in Michigan. أولا نشكركم على جراءتكم واتخاذ قراركم بأيديكم لمصالحكم الشخصية واهتمامكم بأولادكم، وهذا هو الهدف. تعلم أمريكا بشكل عام وخصوصا ولاية ميشيغان ما مرت به من الظروف القاسية في إدخال الكتب واتخاذ القرارات الغير أخلاقية في الشذوذ الجنسي وعدم مراعاة حقوق الأهالي وكذلك حقوق الطفل والشاب في المدارس. إن اتخاذ هذه القرارات هي اتخاذ قرارات صائبة تبنى على خبرات سابقة من الحزب الديمقراطي لما أوجع يعني في الجالية العربية بشكل عام في الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية، ولا سيما مؤخرة الكتب واتخاذ القرارات والحروب الدموية التي تشن في حكمه على غزة ولبنان واليمن والعراق وآلاف من الدماء التي سفكت. أشكر عمدة مدينة أمترامك وكذلك المجلس البلدي السري كونسل الذين عرفوا اتخاذ القرارات الصائبة، ونتمنى من الأخوة أن يلحقوا بكم القطار قبل أن ينتهي بهم الحال إلى ما يذكر في المستقبل من أبنائهم أنهم ليس أصحاب قرارات صائبة. المدينة مدينة هامترامك مدينة جميلة عندما حكمها ناس 1 minute 30 seconds عندما حكمها ناس صادقين جعلوا المدينة من مدينة عاجزة في البنية التحتية والطرقات وكذلك الاقتصاد إلى مدينة جميلة. هذا يعني أنكم تراعوا مصالحكم. امضوا قدما، أنت لست وحدك هنا، بل كل العرب في الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية أو معظم العرب في الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية سيتبعونك، ولا تلتفت للمفسبكين والمنشغلين بالقرارات أو الأجندات الأخرى الذين جندوهم الحزب الديمقراطي. وشكرا.
Naji Al-Mudhabi, also a Dearborn resident.
Assalamu alaikum everybody. So, I've been an American citizen for over 40 years, originally from Yemen. And to be honest with all of you, I'm here specifically today because I was aware of some disturbing things online being said about the mayor for one thing or another. Excuse me?
No, carry on.
So my point is that honestly I'm here today because I saw some disturbing things attacking the mayor for exercising his freedom of speech. We live in the United States of America where every single human being has...
Just raise it a little bit so people can hear you.
Oh, okay. So, and my point is everyone has the right to vote whomever they want, okay? But the disturbing thing to me is some of the attacks that I've seen online for the mayor, just because he's endorsing a candidate called Trump, and some of these same people are asking us to vote for Kamala Harris. As a community, how does it make sense that we are voting for somebody who is enabling and giving money, tens of billions of dollars, to a war machine overseas? Israel, their criminal government, We have death and destruction everywhere. Lebanon, we have Yemen, everywhere, Palestine, Gaza, we have Ukraine. And yet we're being told we have to vote for Kamala Harris because she's a Democrat. We live in the United States of America, and we're gonna vote whom we want to vote for. And we're gonna follow the mayor 100% all the way. And one last thing I wanna say this, to my fellow American citizens, the same person, Kamala Harris, we have Dick Cheney endorsing her. Dick Cheney, this is the architect of the Iraq War, where over a million Iraqis were killed. Thousands and thousands of Americans were killed. He is endorsing her. John Bolton, a warmonger of epic proportion, is endorsing her. And we're being told that we have to vote for these type of people. You know, I know, there is no change if Kamala Harris is elected. At least with Trump, we have a chance. We have a shot at an actual change where we're actually putting Americans first. My last point is this. I want everybody to think about something. We live in the United States of America. Our citizens are hurting right now, this very second, due to the hurricane disasters. And yet we don't have enough money to send them. Hundreds of dollars, the government said that's all they could give them. They lost their entire livelihoods. Yet we have hundreds of billions of dollars to send to Ukraine, tens of billions of dollars to send to Israel. How does that make any sense? Thank you.
Thank you. Fahad Obeid, Hamtramck resident. Oh, did you want to speak now or at the end? Because you marked the second.
at the end.
You want to speak now? Okay. Just speak into the mic, please.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام.
أنا عندي شكاوي بالنسبة للسيتي يعني مشان الانسبكشن. عندما يخرج الانسبكشن المفروض انه يوضح لك ايش الاغراض الذي انت تصلحها بالبيت. ايش الكود حق السيتي. يخرج الانسبكشن يسجل الاغراض والانسبكشن اللي بعده يجيب لك اغراض غير الاغراض الذي كان هنا الاول. ثاني شيء ما يوضحوش لك ايش المطلوب منك. وعندما تجي تعمل موعد الانسبكشن ما يحدد لك الموعد من تاريخ ما يخرج الانسبكشن. يحسب لك من تاريخ ما جيت تعمل انسبكشن. طيب انا لما جيت عملت انسبكشن ادوا لي 18 يوم لما يخرج الانسبكشن. يعني معك 10 ايام ايش تعمل بها؟ وعندما خلصنا نتصل للسيدي ما حد يرد علينا. وبعد ما ينتهي الوعد يجي يقول لك ادفع 2000 يعني حق التاخير. طيب انا لي اسبوع نتصل بالسيتي ما حد يرد علينا. عملنا رسائل ما حد يرد علينا. ضروري انك تضل تسير وتجي للسيتي. فلت اشغالك فلت اعمالك تضل صالح جاي للسيتي. وبعدين الانسبكشن الذي لا يخرج هل لا يخرج حسب الكود او لا حسب راسه حسب متطلباته. وشكرا.
Thank you. Can you please exchange your contact with the city manager and he will address that? So basically he was complaining about the inspectors that one person will come, mark some stuff that needs to be fixed, another person will come and mark new stuff after the first ones are fixed. We have been complaining about this too. We mentioned that previously, and he's complaining about the time restraint, that they don't give enough time to fix stuff, and then they give violations. So please communicate with the city manager and he will address your concerns, okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Hassan Awan, Dearborn resident, 3 minutes.
Good afternoon. My name is Hassan Awan. I live in Dearborn. You know, it's kind of disturbing yesterday when I opened the newspaper and you see Mohammed Hassan, city council member, speaking about the mayor because he's running for a mayor position. That's the sad part. You want to criticize the mayor, sit there and say the mayor does not speak for you. The mayor speaks for himself. I'm a Lebanese person from Dearborn, and I represent Dearborn, right? I don't represent nobody. What I do is I'm following the Hamtramck mayor. He made an endorsement. Innocent children have been slaughtered overseas. My family has been killed overseas. And we got Kamala Harris with blood on her hands, and you have 250 people that he said went to endorse Kamala Harris. Endorse her for what? What is there to endorse her? Just to let you know you're foilable because you're playing with your phone. Yes.
Recording.
Oh, yeah. You cannot play recordings. You cannot touch your phone with what's it called. I will be sending a FOIA regarding you. Yeah, okay. Anyways, you want to criticize the mayor thinking that you're better than the mayor? Let me ask you something. $10 million you got defunded by the Democrats because of the flag situation. Oh, you forgot about that, right?
He was there.
But yeah, I was here, and you got defunded $10 million.
No.
Yeah, you did. I will FOIA the $10 million the Democrats took from you, but you want to sit there and act like nothing happened. Republicans have family values. If you want the Democrats, let's suspend the rules right now, and we can take roll call and put the flag back. If that's what you want, you were sitting right here telling that you don't want the flag. And you sat here and you criticizing the mayor in the newspaper because you're running for a position. Shame on you, man. It's all in the papers. The papers don't lie. You spoke about it. I don't understand. People, understand something. This gentleman made a decision because the Democrats have a bad agenda regarding our children.
Point of order.
Yes.
Councilman, you have to address the mayor, the chairperson.
I am addressing the mayor. I am addressing the mayor.
Yeah, but
Well,
you're looking at him.
well, I can look anywhere I want. I can look anywhere I want. I can look over here and address the mayor. Mayor, I'm addressing the mayor. Mayor, you got a city council named of Mohammed Hassan that criticized you, and the criticism that he's doing, that because of his agenda, because he's trying to run for mayor. And I support you 100%. Just to let everybody know that Donald J. Trump will make America great again. Because all this stuff that's happening in schools is very terrible. The Democrats have blood on their hands. My family has been killed, slaughtered, and we got a gentleman over here that went to see Trump, got probably mad. I was there. He probably got mad because he didn't take a picture with Trump. But let me tell everybody something. This is not about pictures. I don't want a picture with Trump. I want an immediate ceasefire. That's what I'm asking for.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Billmeyer, Hamtramck resident.
While we're here talking, yes, people have mentioned that there's many people being killed and slaughtered in the Middle East right now because of our policies in the U.S. This has to do with the Democratic Party for sure, but it also has to do with other people in this country. We've had Republican presidents that have had wars also and killed many people. The problem is our policies in America. And what I'm going to say now is, and you probably know this, I'm not a Democrat or Republican. People say there should be a third party. Well, I say there should be a second one. Because these two parties are both supporting war. They're warmongering. These are being ruled by the ruling elite. You can condemn both sides if you want to condemn one. And I believe what the Republicans are saying about the Democrats, and I believe what the Democrats are saying about the Republicans. Yes, we have to stop war. We have to stop U.S. policies of terrorism. Because, let me share a few quotes with you. One is from Noam Chomsky. He said that everybody's worried about stopping terrorism. Well, there's a really easy way. Stop participating in it. War is terrorism. And our country has been in 100 wars, involved in 100 military actions since World War II, over 100, probably 200. Our country has made billions of dollars from in the war industry. There's people benefiting off of us, Republicans and Democrats. The people are losing. These big corporations are making money head over heel, arms manufacturers. We have to know who our enemy really is. And it's not the Republicans and it's not the Democrats. They love to divide and conquer. That's how they do it in the Middle East. They get Shiites fighting Sunnis. They get, over here they get Republicans. Over here they get Republicans fighting Democrats. This is divisive. We have to find a way to work together and bring the country together and stop war. Like one guy, Howard Zinn said, there's no flag large enough to cover the shame of killing innocent people. You know what happened in our country when we formed this country. I've been a citizen for over 80 years in this country. I voted since John Kennedy. I voted for John Kennedy back in the 60s. I know how elections go. I know how divisive it gets and how people hang with the newspapers. I can show you the headlines of our paper here in town online. They love to go after our mayor and divide this community. And some people are Democrats, some are Republicans. So what? You're Republican or Democrat, it doesn't matter. You all have to work together, and you've been doing a great job up to now. So let's not let this sort of thing divide our council and our mayor and our people in this city. We're doing very well working together. Can I ask one more minute?
Yes, go ahead.
So, did I say Howard Zinn said there's no shame, there's no flag large enough to cover the shame of killing innocent people. And we've been killing innocent people since the beginning of this country. You know all about the Native Americans that were slaughtered. You know about slavery in this country. Well, there's a saying that the Native Americans have this saying about what happened to them. They said that they arrived. This means the white man came to America. They arrived, they had the Bible, and we had the land. They asked us, close your eyes and pray. So we closed our eyes, and when we opened them, they had the land and we had the Bible. And that's what's happening everywhere in the world with people like our government. So please, defend peace, anti-war. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Martel D. Bivings, U.S. candidate for, candidate for U.S. Congress. Welcome, 3 minutes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. This is my first time at Hamtramck City meeting, and thank you for having me. I definitely would love to sit and talk with you just to learn the history of the city. Mr. Mayor, I had an opportunity to speak today before Vice President Vance, J.D. Vance got up, and the essence of my speech was about leadership and it not being comfortable and having to make the uncomfortable, lonely decision for something that will reveal itself later. And I thank you for what's seeming from this meeting to make an uncomfortable decision to stand with a president that may not be immediately with your party, but for the benefit of your people that will reveal itself later. I'm a Detroit resident, born and reared. And back in the early 1950s and 60s, Detroit was very much so like Hamtramck. It was a predominantly black city. We were strong family values. We had men at the head of our household. Religion was the center of our lives, and we leaned into democratic policies. And what you see in Detroit in the black household is a product of that. And those same policies that tore down many families in my city are policies that are trying to creep its way into the culture and values of your city. And I think, Mr. Mayor, the stance that you took preserves the essence of the population of your city as far as culture, religion, family values, education, and it's probably more uncomfortable for you as a leader of a municipality, but I could tell you it's extremely hard and arduous being a black Republican in Detroit in this time frame, but it's the work that has to be done. I am running against Sheree Tanadar, an outsider who does not care about you, he does not care about I, and he is playing us all under the opposites of upward mobility. And I'm asking you, and I would love to work with all of you, to get in front of more Hamtramck residents and communicate who I am, what I am, my work ethic. I worked at the Detroit Economic Growth Corporation. I helped to open over 50 businesses. I helped to save the Coleman A. Young International Airport. And in fact, when I was in Councilman Scott Benson's office, I was a part of the initiative to create the sign, Welcome to Banglatown. And even through that process, I understood the implementation of language and the proper language for this community. And I'm still learning, and I still have a host to learn. But I do want to work with you and learn and preserve our community and preserve the culture. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, that's all for public comment.
All right, thank you, everyone. Now we move to the consent agenda. This is approved in a single motion with no discussion, and we have the first item, approval of minutes from the September 24th, 2024 regular city council meeting. B, approval of invoice register date ending October 8, 2024. C, approval of pre-approved expenditure date ending October 8, 2024.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No objections?
No.
Thank you. And we have a public hearing now. We have resolution 2024-120B, approving public hearing and second reading of Hamtramck zoning ordinance text amendment, chapter 155.
Motion.
Second.
All right, that's our motion to open the hearing, 7:35. No public comments on this one?
Abraham did leave, right?
We did leave, yeah.
Okay, then no.
Mr. Chair, I
Councilor?
motion to close public.
I'll
second.
Thank you. So,
It's seven
no
thirty-five.
discussion. 7:36 now.
6.
All right, any further discussion on this one
No, sir.
by the council?
Vote.
We can go ahead and vote then.
Councilman Fahd.
Yes.
Councilman Hassan.
Yes.
Councilman Al Samiri.
Yes.
Councilman Musa.
Yes.
Councilman Mahmoud.
Yes.
Councilman Sedman.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, resolution, oh, and Mr. Mayor, do you want to vote?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Mr. Mayor, resolution 2024-120 be approved.
Thank you. All right, this is approved finally. Now we move to the new businesses. We have item A, resolution 2024-131, approving the tree removal and trimming bed of Detroit Arborist Collective.
Motion. Second.
Mr. Mayor, I'm going to speak on this tonight. John is unable to attend tonight, so I'm covering for DPS on this one. We did go out for RFP on a new tree trimmer for the city. We got a total of, I believe, 9 bids in, quite the range of pricing. Detroit Arborist was near the bottom. It wasn't at the exact bottom, but it was like very, very close. The reason we did select them over the very bottom one, though, was because the actual owner of the company is an actual trained arborist. And we've also had the pleasure of working with him on some miscellaneous projects around the city. The owner volunteers a time on some of our grants, and we've got to actually know this company as opposed to taking a company for literally a few dollars off the street. We would prefer to go with them. Their pricing is really good, and they also live locally as well. So I ask that council humbly approve this bid.
So that amount of money is what, monthly or?
It's
is
as
this a
needed.
contract?
It's,
As needed?
they bid it for the size and diameter of the tree and emergency calls and such. So if we don't have a lot to cut, then it stays low. If they come out and we're cutting trees on a weekly basis, then obviously it'll go up.
Okay. All right, well, any further discussion by the council?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Councilman Rafai, go ahead.
because John is not here, so I'm gonna talk to you direct. How come other companies are not on here so we can see what the price is on there?
There's a spreadsheet on there, sir.
I don't see it.
It's, let's see here.
Tree trimming bid Excel schedule, oh, hold on, let me see.
Yep, it's the Excel sheet. It has all the companies listed across with all the pricing, with the bids they made, ranging from an 11-inch diameter tree all the way up to a 48-inch diameter tree. It also has the stump removal price, the emergency call-out price, and the emergency weekend price on there, all broken down.
And
It's vastly, there are some strange differences, but overall, they were very near the bottom.
and previously, which company did we have last year?
I don't recall the name.
Limb Walkers? I
Was
believe.
it Lim Walkers? Yeah, I think it is Lim Walkers.
And did they bid,
They're
have
on
a
here,
chance?
sir.
Okay. Well, I don't know, but, the prices on here are just, a question, how come our DPS cannot do this kind of work?
We are in a limited capacity. I hope to eventually take on more of this role. I mean, as you know, we are bringing a lot of stuff in-house, but it's just a matter of having the resources to do it. As you know, we're doing like the light stuff now. When we respond out to a street for the street sweeping, the cleaning and whatnot, we're doing the low-hanging stuff, but removal of a whole large tree is still kind of beyond them at this point. But we're probably gonna head that way.
Well, if we have enough men in our DPS, we have the tools that you guys brought up, we approved on. I think we have the men, we have the power of us doing it. Instead of hiring a third-party company that will do the same thing that we're able to do.
It is, Councilman, somewhat of a skilled trade to some degree, climbing trees, large trees and taking them down. Little stuff we are doing, 100%. Like if it's a small tree, I've had DPW go and rip it out. But when you get to trees that, have potential 4-inch diameter, that's a little bit beyond some of the skill level. You would want a professional doing that. Not to say that our crew won't eventually get to that point, because I hope they do, but it's gonna take a bit of time.
And that time will be a year?
I'm not gonna put a time limit on here, because as you know, it is hard to recruit people, maintain people, and we have a lot going on right now, but we're not wasting time on taking over, projects for sure.
Well, hopefully then you will have somebody ready to be doing this work next year, because if I'm in council next year, this one's not gonna get approved again. All right? That will be all, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, I
Go
just
ahead,
want to say,
Councilman.
take the opportunity and maybe trim all those trees that necessary to trim, because this year we are having issue with strip sweeping due to the, trees and everything. So make sure they take the advantage of good weather and just make sure it's getting ready for next year. We don't get excuse for, we can bring our truck because we need to trim.
We most certainly are, Councilman. We're, as I've stated before, when we attack a street, we're kind of doing it on all levels. We're doing the trimming, the street sweeping, the vacuuming, a little of everything, all in one shot. So I'm hoping that they hit every street before the snow flies. It's a little ambitious, but they are moving pretty good.
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, unfortunately, John is not here. Who is the company cutting the trees at this moment?
Limb Walkers had the contract, they're out of contract. We are here and there using Detroit Arborists a little bit to fill in on some of the small stuff, and then also our DPW is filling in as well.
Including last Friday, residents coming to, 3 of those residents complaining. They come into, for the request to check the tree and cut the tree. Nobody even can, they don't do anything else there.
So we were having some timely issues with our former contractor, and that is actually one of the reasons why we have been using others and some of our DPW to fill in, to try and speed that up a bit, and that is one of the reasons why we bid it out.
Should I tell those residents to come back again and remind you guys?
Just give me a list of which ones you're talking about, I'm happy to look into it. Did we not get out there at all, or? Okay, just give me the list so I can follow back up with it.
The resident told me, and I will call sometimes on behalf of them.
Well, we have done a lot recently, and I know there was some sporadic ones that have been pulled in.
Behind, but I'll let you know, and I'll let them know also.
Always happy to follow up, Councilman.
Thank you.
Thank you. We can go ahead and vote.
Councilman Rafai,
No.
Councilman Musa,
Yes.
Councilman Sedman,
Yes.
Councilman Mahmoud,
Yes.
Councilman Al Samiri,
Yes.
Councilman Hassan.
No.
Mr. Mayor, resolution 2024-131 approved 4-2.
All right, thank you. All right, next one is resolution 2024-132, approving memorandum of understanding with Michigan Department of Treasury.
Motion?
Second.
Discussion?
Mr. Mayor, this is also mine to speak on. In years past, the Michigan Department of Treasury has offered, and we've accepted, to pay for brief audits and presentations from Plant Moran. As you know, they've been here before and gave us a presentation on our forecast. Again, I reached out to them this year, and they've agreed to do an even more in-depth one for us, and agreed to provide $30,000 to pay for Plant Moran to do that for us. This resolution is simply to accept that money and then move on to the next, the companion resolution appointing Plant Moran.
All right, so you remember past 2 years, they had two completely different reports. One is very optimistic, one was very pessimistic. The first one was horrible prediction. The following years they came and we had surplus and stuff, and they were like, we don't know what you guys did, but it seems like you're doing good until 2028. I hope they will stick with that prediction. We'll see.
One of the things we are doing this time is they're redoing all their groundwork. That's why it's a little bit more expensive than the last couple, and they're starting from scratch. So I'm hoping it's a lot more detailed, more on point.
All right. Any further discussion on this?
No, sir.
Vote,
Councilman
please.
Sedman,
Yes.
Councilman Mahmoud,
Yes.
Councilman Al-Samiri,
Yes.
Councilman Musa,
Yes.
Councilman Rafai,
Yes.
Councilman Hassan.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, Resolution 2024-132 approved.
Thank you. The next one is Resolution 2024-133, approving professional service agreements with Plant Moran.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Mayor, this is the companion resolution to the one you just approved, basically awarding the bid to Plant Moran, and then also awarding them the ability to come in as needed for sporadic finance as we need.
All right, so vote, please.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
so just want to let you know, when Michigan State came here, they brought Plan Mode in Hamtramck City. Worst accounting firm ever I see in my life. Cannot make the paperwork, cannot print out the paper. Now he got some connection over there, and they hire him to come here, give the 30,000, get it here. So your statement was first year and last year. I said, I don't know what you guys did. We did not do that, nothing. So that kinds of accounting firm.
All right. Any other comments?
No, sir.
Go ahead.
Councilman Hassan,
No.
Councilman Al-Samiri,
Yes.
Councilman Mahmoud,
Yes.
Councilman Sadman,
Yes.
Councilman Musa,
Yes.
Councilman Rafai.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, Resolution 2024-133 approved.
All right, two more to go. Next one is Resolution 2024-134, approving the purchase of a drone package for the police department.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Mayor, I have the chief of police here, some of the staff to speak on this one.
Good evening. Won't take too much of the time. Really, the reason why we have our crime analysis here, Andrew Robinson, is that he's an expert in this, and he's gonna, spearhead this program, which is very important. When we first came here, we discussed about the 3 T's, something that Commissioner Bryan, who's a former NYPD commissioner and Boston commissioner, is that the 3 T's are we build trust and training and technology, and that's something that I'm very passionate about, building trust through the Youth Academy, engaging our community. Training, we just started our internal affairs training, which I promised the mayor and the council that we will have someone here who will follow up on some of the complaints that we get against our officers. So Sergeant Gola just recently graduated and finished his internal affairs investigation course. And now technology. Technology helps us keep the Hamtramck safe. And I think some of the brothers here mentioned about threats to you and council. These are the technology tools that's going to help us keep this safe. Obviously, there's privacy concerns. That's something that Andrew will address. Go ahead, Andrew.
Honorable Mayor, Councilman, good evening. I'm not sure if you read the proposal that was given to you yet. Just a quick, I won't go through it verbatim, but what I will do is just give you a quick glance. Police departments around the country, especially larger ones, have access to very expensive aerial systems. Helicopters, small airplanes, Detroit, MSP are the two of the closest to us with access to those. Those cost millions of dollars, something the city of Hamtramck does not have, or many other smaller agencies don't have access to. However, with recent advancements in technology, particularly in the drone field, it's now becoming a reality that smaller police departments can access very similar, if not the same technology that larger departments have with their helicopter programs in a drone. And that's one of the things that the city of the Hamtramck Police Department is looking to obtain. We're looking to do that with the Axon Corporation. Axon already provides our body cameras, car cameras, tasers, and the interview room, the specialist reporting technology. They also maintain what is called evidence.com, which allows us to seamlessly communicate with the prosecutor's office, as well as other agencies, and now the public. Recently rolled out a testing phase of community requests, which saves our detectives and our officers countless hours of time during investigation, because now we can just send a request to the victim asking for video, pictures, any of those things, and they can upload it directly to us, and that saves us time from having to go out in the field and collect those things. It allows our detectives and myself to spend more time on the crime itself rather than gathering the tertiary evidence. The cost of the program is approximately $40,541.97 per the quote that you were provided. Not all of that is for the drone hardware itself. The drone hardware itself, if you'll pardon my paper shuffling, the hardware itself for the drone is $16,461.40. A significant discount overall from what MSRP is. And then we also have a spotlight that was added on, a speaker and a mic, an IR filter that goes along with the FLIR camera that's built in that will allow us to use it at night. Just a little bit of highlights about the Skydio X10. One of the concerns I saw online was that drones like that only stay up for like 10 minutes. This drone is equipped with 3 batteries. Each battery has the capability to remain in the air for 40 minutes, and that's with using its AI-assisted flight to make sure that it's not crashing into things, or we can tell it to go to a GPS location, it will fly there for us after launch. It only takes 40 seconds to deploy from out of the case to in the air, 40 seconds. Back to the 40 minutes, I'm sorry, there's 3 batteries for that drone, so 40 minutes per battery is 2 hours and 15 minutes total, and that doesn't include if we recharge one of those batteries in the interim. Yes, privacy concerns, as the chief brought up. Currently, we already have several privacy policies in place as part of our rules and regulations that cover our cameras, our surveillance cameras on City Hall. Those are very stringent. You're not allowed to move them to look into people's homes. You're not allowed to move them to look into cars. That same sort of policy would be crafted around the drone program. You wouldn't be allowed to use it just to spy on people in the city. That's not what this is for. This is not only for the public safety, but also officer safety. If you have a barricaded gunman, a shooting, something along those lines, somebody fled into a backyard with a gun, a drone is a lot more effective to go look for that person in the sky than it is to send an officer back there blind who could possibly be killed.
No, I'll just touch on just a little bit of some of my experiences with the drones. As a commander in the precinct Queens, we actually had a lost child, and the drone actually helped us locate this child. You know, you're talking about a very condensed city, there's parks, there's a lot of people. We put that drone up, and we actually identified where this child was. It's about 3 years old. Now, this child could have been kidnapped, possibly, right? So it's all about timing. This technology does help us keep us safe. Also, we had an incident where there was a barricaded person in there, and there was hostages involved. You know, sending our officers in there, not knowing what's in there, what's going on, what they're going to engage. Sending that drone up gives us a little indication of what the landscape is and where they are. So there's a lot of, many of the departments, our neighboring department, obviously Detroit, Dearborn Heights, even Melvin, they'll have a drone program.
Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions for me regarding?
So, Mr. Mayor, how much do you say it's gonna cost?
40,000.
40,000.
So the overall impact would be $40,541.97. The majority of that comes out in fiscal year 2024 for $21,747.93. After that, it's an impact per year of $4,698.51 for the next 4 years.
And this is also out of narcotics funds. It will not affect the general fund.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Councilman Shai, go ahead.
Myself, I own a drone, a DJI, and it costs $1,500. So, you know, the price for this is just crazy. And I think our city is not ready for this. You know, as I fly my own drone and my neighbors go crazy. Oh, there's FBI spy and stuff. So I think we're doing well without a drone in our city. Maybe it's not the time for it now. You know, and the price for it, I think it just is too much.
If I may comment on the price of the drone, this is a military and law enforcement grade drone made directly by Skydio. There are some higher end surveying companies that use it to survey bridges and those sorts of things for 3D scanning. But for the most part, this is a law enforcement and military waterproof rated. It's not only does it have the AI capability along with its piloting, landing, taking off, GPS programming, but it also is electromagnetically shielded. So there's a lot of extra tech that's packed into that package.
Yeah, but also the data that there is also It's transferable with the data that we have with Exxon technology, with the body cams, with the drone, as well as here. And like I said, at the end of the day, sometimes we had an incident where we chased that vehicle, and we called Michigan State Police, and they send out actually aviation. You know how much it costs just for aviation just to drive around? This will save a lot of money. But at the end of the day, it keeps us safe. God forbid we do have an incident. We have that drone, we put it up there. This drone is not for entertainment purposes whatsoever. The only way it'll be engaged or we use it is when there's a crime in progress or someone's life is in danger. We'll put that baby up. That's about it. This is not something that's going to be up in the sky 24 hours, no way. That's why we have an internal affairs investigator here that's going to manage and maintain this, and that's why it's so important. But like I said, this drone stays where it is. When we need it, it comes up. It's in the sky. It's not just there monitoring people. Well, you had the Labor Day event, for instance. God forbid if we had that same incident, some other neighboring area where they had a big shooting, we have the drone capability. Even though we have people at the, at that Labor Day festival, we have people on the roof watching. But having the extra drone just saves us a lot of energy, manpower, gives us a better look. And at the end of the day, we're not looking to, spy on anyone, here. You can only use it, and there's obviously legal, protocols that we have to follow.
Mr. Chair, I agree with you guys. More equipment is better for us. But my opinion is we purchased so many things in the past few months and this year. So let's show people that things are working. We have extra police officers. We speeding up to the right position, right direction. I think we should wait to get it on, and let's whatever we have, let things put in the work so people, community, that things are working, things are much better than before, and we need extra equipment to make it much better and position to the city. So that will make our community appreciate it, maybe. That's my thought.
Councilman, if I may, all the equipment is being put to use very well, including all the cameras around town are tremendously helping with investigations and to keep the community safe. This is just another tool to do that with and also keep our officers safer. As the chief touched on, quite often we have fleeing suspects, whether it be in a car or on foot, of that nature. And, when an officer's pursuing someone on foot, you never know what's coming around the next corner. If we have a drone with FLIR technology, which is basically seeing the heat of the body heat, you could literally send this up and get ahead of that officer in the foot chase and literally track the bad guy and see what he's doing. So that when the officer's coming around that corner, he doesn't get ambushed. Or when the officer's chasing after him, if he gets winded, the drone can keep up with that person because they ain't shaking the drone, just given enough time for the officers to then regroup and get around him. I mean, the advantage of having this is so great. And I know it seems expensive, but you can't put a price tag on some of the things this thing can do for our officers or police department in our city.
Nor can you put a price tag on possibly saving an officer's life or a civilian's life within our city. If I may also comment, you had mentioned spending a lot of money and seeing the results of that. I had mentioned it previously on the CompStat recording a couple of weeks ago, but one of the technologies that you guys have implemented, I'm more than happy to talk about it after the meeting if you'd like. We've recovered 36 cars and it's led to 31 arrests, and that's only in the several months since we've had it active. So we are utilizing the technology. It's not always a publicized thing, but it is being utilized, and it is being utilized for the benefit of the citizens.
Yes, I get a phone call last week. Someone said that my car been stolen for almost a month and no information yet. So even though you're saying good things, I know that this I was seeing in the Facebook and your report, but this is what not coming up from the community. We can't just listen to you guys, we gotta listen to other side too.
No, I completely understand, but that is one of the things. Someone could have their bike stolen, and I'm not saying that that's not a big thing, but we can't fully prevent crime. We can't stop 100% of the crime. The only thing that we can do is continue to get better at it and utilize all the tools that are available to us to do so.
And not only that, Councilman, but you're not gonna recover everything. I mean, some cars are just gone for good, never to appear again. We don't know where they go or where they don't. I mean, but some are chopped up and overseas at this point, I mean, it's just, some are just not gonna get recovered. But we're doing a heck of a lot better on catching them and recovering them than we were before without the technology.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Councilman.
So you're telling me this will be useful if there's a crime? That means if there's a crime happening, we're gonna let the officers hold on, get the drone, let it fly, and wait until the person may cause a harm. I think we're not ready for this.
No, it's okay. I think it's a misunderstanding of how we use
I'm
drones.
not done, Chief.
Yeah.
So I think our city is not ready for this, our residents are not ready for this. I'm not gonna add to more calls that we're already getting because there's a drone flying in front of, on top of my house. So I think if you guys spend this money and adding cameras on intersections, well, we really need them, better than having this drone here that will fly for no reason.
Yeah, just to add on, and like I said, I have a lot of experience in these drones, and there was instances we actually saved lives. There was someone who actually kidnapped somebody, and their life was in danger, and that drone saved his life. So that is well worth it. Trust me, if my child lives here, and God forbid he's lost, I wish that drone was there. Because there's special technology within that drone that will sense heat. It will know where that kid is. Not only that, if we're chasing a perpetrator who's inside a house, I can't access him here. But if I get that drone to go up the 3rd floor and I can see through that window, it'll help me save someone's life, maybe yours.
To also give you one further thing about the inclusion of the technology, it's not as if only dispatch can see that. If the officers are on the road and say they're dealing with a barricaded gunman, they're dealing with, you know, a lost child, they can pull that up on their phone and see what the drone sees as they're on that call, if necessary.
But we never had an issue, even we had missing calls. Thanks God that, you know, you guys were able to do what you guys need to do. If you guys focus on, maybe instead of wasting this on a little drone, you guys should have focused on installing cameras at intersections that might help our city.
Councilman, if I may, I am all for adding more cameras around with FLIR, or around with the flock as well. But just to touch on what you said a moment ago about where the officers would wait, the officers would never wait for the drone per se, but I was quoted on hearing that this drone, I mean, it doesn't have to go down streets or stop at stop signs or anything. I think it would take about 2 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, for this drone to make it all the way across the city, as opposed to a police car that could take maybe 3 times that amount, you know, if it's stuck by traffic or caught somewhere, you know, so, I mean, this thing is fast. You know, it's not gonna.
If I may add, like, this drone is not just officers waiting to use the drone. This is not a tool, it's not a video game. This drone is here when we need it for those instances, like I mentioned. Child is missing, barricade ADP, hostage situation, that's when you need the drone. It's not just gonna be going there, these guys are playing with drones, no. It's only when those situations occur, or active shooter, God forbid we have an active shooter. Labor Day festival, a lot of people come in, might someone come in with a rifle, we have intel that someone might be a threat to a community or anywhere, we put the drone up. So it's not like they're gonna be using the drone, it's only when those incidents arise, we have the tool available.
And if I also may comment, the trained drone operators would not necessarily be the officers in the cars. The officers are still going to be heading there. It would be the supervisor at the desk in coordination with another employee that would handle the piloting of and the movement of the drone while the officers are still waiting to respond. Or still responding, I should say.
That'll be on there.
Any other comments by other council members? Go ahead and vote.
Councilman Sedman,
No.
Councilman Musa,
No.
Councilman Rafai,
No.
Councilman Mahmoud,
No.
Councilman Al-Samiri,
No.
Councilman Hassan.
No.
Mr. Mayor, resolution 2024-134 fails.
All right, you guys probably need to try again. I mean, John would try 3-4 times until he gets what he wants. So maybe next time, good luck. I mean, we have approved things that's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, but this should be okay maybe if you try again. So thanks though for trying to improve the service, the public safety service. Thank you. So the last one is Resolution 2024-135, dissolving Sarah Garrett Scatter Site NEZ.
Motion.
Mr. Mayor, I have Isabel to speak on this. This is the continuation of our NEZ project in the initial dissolving, but I'm not going to steal Isabel's thunder.
Thank you. Rana's going to pull up some slides for me, which have been included in your materials already. My job here today is to explain Hamtramck's path forward with the NEZ process, and the city attorney's prepared a resolution for you today to adopt and take the next steps, so we'll discuss that too. These are the steps we've completed so far, including updating our percent calculations to account for the existing NEZ zones that the city had that we were not aware of when the process began earlier this year, which you're well aware of. And we also completed creating a timeline for a staggered adoption process that chunks this into essentially 2 phases for council to adopt. Next slide would be great. Thank you. So these are our immediate next steps in the process. Today, council will vote to dissolve NEZ zones that cause the state to block the city from adopting the new NEZs earlier this year. You can see those on the next slide. Rana, please. So this is the map that we've worked with Hennessy to update that includes all of the proposed NEZ zones that we will be moving forward with in yellow. In blue are the zones that you will be voting to dissolve today. So you can see that 4 of those have overlap of the 5 proposed zones that we'll be moving forward with. And the city attorney can answer more questions, and so can I, about why those were formed. But dissolving the scattered sites will again make room for the 4 zones that you'll adopt in phase 2 of the process. Next slide, Rana, please. So our next steps on the 22nd of this month, so the next council meeting, will be to hold a public hearing to adopt Site 1, which is within our first phase here. That's in yellow in the bottom right. And you can see in this map that at that time, all of the scattered sites will be dissolved. And then on the 26th of November, you'll be able to vote to officially adopt the resolution and then send that NEZ zone to the state for approval. That goes to the state tax commission. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions?
No.
All right, thank you.
Councilman Salman?
Yes.
Councilman Rafai?
Yes.
Councilman Hassan?
Yes.
Councilman Al-Samiri?
Yes.
Councilman Musa?
Yes.
Councilman Mahmoud?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, resolution 2024-135 approved.
Thank you. All right, with that, we come to the end of the new business, and we move to the reports, which I want to start with my reports. Actually, I don't have much to say. I just want to thank everyone who showed up tonight, and everyone who is here to either support us or criticize us. We welcome all different opinions. We will continue to serve our residents equally. No discrimination in this city, regardless of any different political views. So there's so much going on, but we wouldn't talk about here in this meeting. And I want to take rest of my time to just probably suspend the rules and call those people who weren't here to give them the certificate. I see some people here. Some of them are probably sick. They can't stand for or stay here for long. So we would call their names.
Just need a second for this.
Second.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Everybody's in favor of that, right?
Yes.
Lamar has this. So we have Nasser Kite. Please. We'll take a picture with Kamala. All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Who else we have here? Muhammad Al-Duais. Abdul Ali Ahmed. No? Oh,
Congratulations.
امسكها واحترف يا اخوان.
الله
Dearborn, yeah, we did.
No, yeah, شوي.
زيد. نسيب هاي.
didn't mention the last name. The last name.
بنعيدها بنصلحها بنعدلها.
بس دي عندك وحنا نصلحها.
Who sent me the name?
I sent you the
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
Greg is not here.
Abdali Ahmed Tahir.
Hassan is not. Tawfiq.
No, he's not there.
All right, thank you so much, guys. With that, we come to the end of my report. I thank you all again for coming.
Abdali Ahmed Tahir.
So communicate with her later, please, and he can give you the ID to copy the right name. All right, with that, I come to the end of my report. Not much to say today, but again, we would like to see you guys again in the next meetings, you know. Thank you. Next report is for Mayor Pro Tem.
Good evening. Thank you everybody who came here. And thank you the people who received the appreciation. I highly remember those people and my condolence goes to those people. 1 year ago, October 7th, Gaza and all over the surrounding people, the war started. Today, after 1 year and 1 day, still no ceasefire, nothing going on. This is the reason we call the city Islamic first.
Yes.
We sent that proclamation to stop the war. And a lot of things behind us. Finally, it's people of Michigan, so uncommitted for anybody, for Republican or Democratic Party. And end of the 1 year, we see the war doesn't get stopped, gets spread. All the innocent people, kids, women, everybody's killing day by day. They're slaughtering too. I feel very bad, and all the condolence goes to those people who are losing their life. And I hope one day humanity gonna be come up, and our politician who serving the country and the people of Washington, they realize it. It has to be end, and all the violence should be stopped, and kids, women not to be killed and slaughtering. Thank you very much to come here and give us the opportunity to talk.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Next, City Council report.
Mr. Chair.
Go ahead, Councilman Hassan.
Dear Hamtramck residents, I do have a respect with my mayor and all the elected officials. We do have a very good relationship. So the reason the newspaper say alone, I want to clarify that. So when the question came, did you guys go together or he go alone? I say he go alone. And next day I saw the Facebook picture and I called Mr. Mayor. We've been talking very closely. Like a Mayor Pro Tem said, we was uncommitted, undecided, primary vote. After primary, we're doing the lots of observation. And again, I'm going to the Donald Trump couple of fundraising meeting. And I went to the Warren rally. We want to see what he clearly said about us, about Muslim, about the immigrant. I never went to the Democrat anywhere. After Warren, we didn't see anything clearly came out from his mouth, foreign policy, about the Muslim immigrant, what he previously spoke, did he change his mind? So, and still waiting for, still communicating with Mr. Mayor and the community leaders. Mr. Mayor, did you get anything clarified from him, anything talking about good thing about us? He said, I'm still waiting for not talking. We wait. We have to wait until Pennsylvania statement, Pennsylvania state. Donald Trump made the statement, I have the video, and I have 3 video ready, if you want. I spoke about the Yemeni as the terrorist. So my brother fellow, Yemeni is not the terrorist. my brother fellow. 1995, from here up to now, I see them very good people. So I cannot believe that. He can make the statement, some of the Yemeni is terrorist. I'm having no problem. He can mention the Houthi name. I don't have no problem. He's saying general, the kids who is less than 16 years, including all Yemeni, he is the terrorist. I cannot take it as a human, as a Muslim. So, and I call Mr. Mayor again. I call all the leaders Yemeni leaders in Hamtramck. So, of course, he's going to change his statement. One leader said within 1 hour he's going to change the statement. No problem, sir. We want to wait for change. Still waiting for change. Did not get change anything. Is coming. More problem after that, after our observation. I did not stop. Then another video came and released to the...
You leave it the way it is. There have been very few complaints the way it is. People go, they use the bathroom that they feel is appropriate.
So if Caitlyn Jenner were to walk into Trump Tower and want to use the bathroom, you would be fine with her using any bathroom she chooses?
That is correct. A radical Islamic terrorist.
Radical Islamic terrorist.
Not only because he wants...
I stop.
What about Kamala Harris?
Excuse me, sir, I'm speaking. So the journalist asking him, the one bathroom, you gonna accept? Your mom indirectly, your daughter indirectly, anybody, same bathroom you gonna use? I don't have no problem. How come as a human, I'm gonna use same bathroom together with my kids, my daughter? Question to him. Second, you just heard that Muslim radical terrorist. And the next one was Muslim killing all the bar people, all the LGBTQ people. It's not the LGBTQ people, they're killing American citizens. That is the video. So, show me one proof Muslim kill America, one bar people, one LGBT people. No. So, his mentality is still try to take the revenge. I understand. Democrat doing the very bad job. There is a couple of things we don't like it. We hate it. I have to compare who is the best one from the worst. You want to keep the Gulf alive, or you want to keep only Gaza alive? My theory, I want to keep the Gulf alive. If this guy go, next day he's gonna attack somewhere else. Is his mentality. That's why I feel. I spoke to Kamala Harris a couple of seconds. I spoke to the governor. I spoke to the 2 states U.S. senator. Speak to them. You guys have to change a lot of things. What we don't like. That's okay. We can compromise. No problem. $10 million. It is not true. It is came from the other side who was criticizing us. We has the ever great number of the funding from Michigan State is the last year. We all agree. I have all the respect. Anything I do, most of the time I speak to my mayor and my councils. So, after that statement, we wait for 3 days. Then I spoke to the Yemeni leaders. They said, someone made mistake. It's still not changing. We might gonna change. Before I come here, most of the leader told me we might gonna change it tonight. He don't make clear a statement about what he did previously. I only looking for modify. If he modify his speech, all Yemeni is not the terrorist, I will change within second. No problem.
All right.
So hold on, I'm going there.
Keep your
Excuse
word.
me, hold
okay?
on.
Will you keep your
One more.
I'm saying so you don't forget.
It's the one.
You said you will change it.
Hold on, one. Excuse me,
All
Mr.
right.
Mayor.
Okay.
Second one, he has to say all Muslim is not terrorist. That's one he has to make. Two statement.
All right.
Okay? Two statement, clear. Again, after two statement, even though Mr. Mayor, he changed his speech, he already told you. He made your nickname as a terrorist, not me.
All right.
He got a chance. Excuse me, I have time.
No. No more than 5 minutes, the rules.
Okay.
You pass the 5
So,
minutes.
do you do that?
Yeah.
And I'm not leaving Dearborn City. I'm leaving Hamtramck City.
All right, that's
Hamtramck
enough.
City people, I don't
Good.
see here.
Thank you. So just to clarify, you, before we went to Warren, you texted in a group and you said you're going to Harris. And then the next day you texted me that you want to come to Warren. So you decided before he
Both
said
side.
anything. You decided before anything.
Both side.
But keep your word. If you
I said
release-
two statement,
No.
not one.
You-
No, I said two statement,
so-
very clear. You're not Muslim, maybe. I'm
You're
Muslim.
not gonna change, I know. There would be clarification coming soon.
Yeah.
But you are not
Yeah.
gonna change, I know.
Well, I take the challenge from today. I'm running against you.
Mr.
Very
Chair,
clear.
thank you.
I take challenge
Thank you,
from
everyone.
today. I take challenge from today. I'm running against you.
Mr. Councilman,
That's it.
please, this is not a political debate we are here. We're
Thank
here to
you.
run the city business.
Can you wait? Let me respond to him, please.
No, I just
No.
want to clarify, but
you-
just keep things that you guys are talking about policy
Yes.
is okay to talk about, anything beyond that you can't.
Yeah, well, good luck. So remember, you'll have to resign from the city council to run against me. And you will lose both.
That's
I'll
up-
remind you.
It's okay, it's up
Yes.
to me.
Okay, good luck. Councilman Muhit. go ahead.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for the person that came from Dearborn. But this is not a political debate. We come here to express your opinion, that's good, but we don't have any debate here. We still love our mayor, and whatever he decided, this is a personal decision. Other council, this is their personal decision. Coming here and comparing each other and targeting council versus mayor and creating the issue, I don't really appreciate it. Let's leave our city alone. We get along, and everybody has their right to practice their democracy in this country. This is a democratic country. And I could say a lot of things about Democrat and Republican, but as I say, this is not the platform to debate about political issues. Let's have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
I wanted to.
All right, hold on. In the next comment, if you want.
Did you give me a form?
I did, we do both.
Yes, so the comment are coming soon. The second round is coming, so. All right, so with that.
Mr. Chair.
You-
I'm
sorry?
So I have something.
You,
Yeah, I'm gonna.
you can.
Couple minutes, it's gonna be less than 5 minutes.
Go ahead, go ahead. It's okay.
I want to first thank everybody who showed up here today. As many of you know, I have been a long life Republican voter. I always supported Republican candidates locally, believing in the values of the party that stands for. For years, I have wanted a change in my community aspect of Republican Party. But unfortunately, the party never seemed to take initiative of building bridges with the minor communities like mine. In the recent months, however, I was encouraged as the mayor and my colleagues engaged with many members of the Trump campaign, addressing concerns and working to foster a stronger connection between our community and the Republican Party.
You can't explicitly endorse anybody or.
It's not endorsement.
Okay, it's not even, you can talk about policy stuff. That's-
Policy, it's not endorsement, it's not. I was thrilled to see progress in the opening of the first Republican office in Wayne County, Michigan, right here in the city of Hamtramck. The ribbon cutting ceremony on October 5th, 2024, was a moment that our many leaders have attended, full of hope and excitement. But on the same day, during the rally in Pennsylvania, former President Donald Trump made a deeply troubled statement. He said something along the line of, people are coming out of Yemen, knowing terrorists being released into our country from unknown places. These people are crazy. As a Yemeni Muslim American, we are celebrating this historical opening of the Republican office in Wayne County. He made those harmful remarks about the Yemeni people. It's unbelievable that he would say such a thing. I know that most Yemenis who came to this great nation did so through family petitions as qualified refugees and students, and so on. I have never heard that the U.S. government claimed that any Yemeni or Yemeni American was involved in the 9/11 attacks or any other attacks of terror in this country. In fact, there has never been any report of a Yemeni harming this nation. My members of the Yemeni American community was hurt and disappointed by the former president's remarks. They now question the trust we place in the Republican Party, feeling betrayed after assuring them that the party shares our values, that the word made some of them concerned in their support, feeling as though we have been stabbed in the back by some of we believe could unite us. I hope that former president will address these comments or remarks about Yemen and the Yemeni people. I stand with my mayor as he has heard those comments or remarks, and right away he contacted the campaign and people who are in charge of Trump's campaign, and he wanted the former president to clarify his remarks and change his words. So I still stand and I will still vote for a Republican Party no matter what. I do not stand or vote for any thank you, man.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, thank you. We respect your opinion, everyone here, everyone's opinion. I never wanted to talk about what's going on, but I had to respond to some statements that were inaccurate. So with that, we move back to the second round of public. You want to say something? Go ahead.
Thank you for everyone to come today at the meeting, City of Hamtramck. Thank you for the people that came from Dearborn, and the people come in Hamtramck, leader and another one. Thank you very much. I'd like to mention something. Working with the people, working with Hamtramck. Anyone for the district in Wayne County from the state, who is the people working with Hamtramck, we support him. I don't care who's this. When people working for Hamtramck, I agree with him. State, Senate, State Rep, Wayne County, who the people working with that one, I'm working with him. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, public comments, please.
Hassan Aman, Dearborn resident, 3 minutes.
Good afternoon. Today the Vice President was in the Eastern Market. He addressed that there will be a ceasefire. So Donald Trump will do a ceasefire. You want to play the recording?
Now, the second question about Arab Americans. I mean, look, we're thrilled to have the mayor's support, and I'm not meeting, to your question, I'm not meeting any Arab American or Muslim American leaders on this particular trip, though we certainly will in future trips to Michigan. You're going to get sick of me. I'm going to be in Michigan like, 30 times. And to be clear for the fact checkers, when I said I would be in Michigan 30 times, that was a slight exaggeration. That was something, that was exaggeration used to effect. It'll probably be like 6 or 7 times over the next 27 days. But look, I think the reason why, and this is one of these issues where obviously Arab Americans often have different views than Jewish Americans on what's going on in Israel, what's going on in Palestine. But I think both Jewish Americans and Arab Americans recognize that what's in the best interest of Israel and Palestine is peace. And Donald Trump was the president
in the Middle East.
He's not the Donald Trump.
Hold on. See, what you're not understanding,
go ahead,
that you're criticizing Donald Trump, and I understand. Okay, Chair, Mohammed Hassan's under investigation with Dana Nessel. So, what he's trying to do is go flip to the Republican Party, flip to the Democrat Party, because he's under investigation. So, he's trying to cut a deal that I will get you the votes in exchange to dismiss the accusations against him. That's what's probably happened. Or he's running against you and he wants to criticize you and make you look bad in front of the community. But at the end of the day, Kamala Harris has blood on her hands. Who's in office today? Kamala Harris. Who's the vice president? Kamala Harris. Sleepy Joe can't even speak 2 words. So I'm going to tell everybody, my vote will be Donald J. Trump. It will be a red ticket. I'm not voting Democrat, and I never will. And I will stand with the Hamtramck mayor. And when you are mayor, I will endorse him. And I will make sure that people vote for him because he's a good mayor. And you guys want to criticize a gentleman that's sitting over here that does this for peanuts? That stood with the community when nobody ever stood with the community? This guy has done everything for the community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Billmeyer?
All right, so I had a suggestion on how we could solve the problem with the drones. I think this reminded me of the problem we had once before in the city where we had some great salesmen come here to the council and sell you parking meters on Joseph Campo. And nobody complained, nobody argued. It was just one side of the story. And it sounded really great, all the great things. And then we found out all the bad things. And now we're really screwed because that was a bad thing that we've signed into. Well, I'm not saying this is a bad thing, the drone thing, but I think we're discovering that there's 2 sides to the issue. And we only heard the positive side because our chief is a great salesman. He's also very well loved. He's one of our best chiefs ever. But I think Councilman Rafai did represent the people's voice. There are people here, you guys, who represent the public, and we're not hearing them. We're only hearing them through you. So what I suggest is there should be a public forum. They should present their thing to the public and let the public explain why they're against this. And maybe he can assuade them and change their minds. And then the people will be behind it and support it. I think that's what should happen. Secondly, I want to say thank you so much for the award, for my activist award. I want to let you know that I'm an activist most of my life, and there's 2 things that I don't need. I don't work for money. Activists don't work for money, and they don't work for awards. They work because they're committed to change society. So even though I didn't need this award and all that, of course I honor your award. Thank you so much for recognizing me. But there's many people in the city who have done things for no money to help people. So they all deserve it. So thirdly, I want to mention that you guys signed on to the Move the Money resolution, if you remember that correctly, a while back. And this is it's rolling into a big thing right now. We're having our first public event coming up in a couple of weeks on Saturday, October 26th at 3 o'clock at Wayne County Community College Northwest Campus. I'll give you flyers later. But as you know, the reasons why you signed this resolution and all agreed on it is because our military budget is ridiculously high. We're reaching trillions of dollars, and the cities are suffering. People are suffering from lack of money across the country. So you know how this money can be used better for human needs. So our program is called Moving Our Money from Warfare to Human Needs. Can I get another minute?
Yes.
Okay. So we have people involved in this, like Rashida Tlaib. She actually has a bill in Congress right now that's called the Stop Politicians Profiting from War bill. And there's many politicians who vote because they're getting a lot of money. I know you guys aren't. We have no money here to give you. But there's many big politicians. As a matter of fact, one guy said, politicians should dress like NASCAR drivers and have their sponsors on their shirts, so you know who they're voting for, because people pay lots of money to these politicians to vote a certain way. Israel has AIPAC, and it's a tremendous influence in this country on politicians. We also should know that Barbara Lee and a congresswoman from California, and Mark Pocan, a senator from Wisconsin, both sponsored a bill called People Before the Pentagon. That means put people before war and spend money on the cities. We're going to have them involved in this event. We have many speakers, Mary Waters from the city of Detroit. And we want you to support this because you did support us with the Move the Money resolution, and we hope you can help us spread the word that we have to spend more money on people and less on killing people. Thank you.
Abdul Hussein, Hamtramck resident, 3 minutes.
Hello. Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
I'm here to just support our Mayor for his decision. Let me tell you, Brother Muhammad, Yemen is
I'm
being...
sorry, you have to tell the mayor. not
Yeah,
the-
Mr. Mayor, all council, our country has been in war for almost 11 years. We suffered so much, and we know who's behind it. So don't tell me that couple words or whatever is gonna change the policy. No. We know that Donald Trump, whatever in his mind, he's gonna say it, okay? But he promised that he's gonna end the war. If he end the war, he can tell me terrorists, he can tell me anything. I want him to stop the war and let all people live life. We need peace. We are tired. We are tired to see people killed. Almost 1 year, you see children not being found for 1 year. They are underground. We know who's the terrorist, okay? And I know he's gonna change his mind. He's gonna say sorry. When he come to Mashkin, he's gonna say, I did mistake in this and that. That's politics. Well, we have somebody right now who's bombing, who's, throwing missile to Yemen, okay? We have somebody right now who hit us, who killed some people right now. Let's say he gonna say terrorists. We know who we are. I've been here 42 years. I've been working hard. I know what I did. I never been into the jail. So it's not gonna change anything. People know who's in peace, who's not, okay? And right now, take a look to, not to the TV, take a look to the media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You're gonna find who's terrorist. Thank you.
Thank you.
Naji Al-Murtaji,
From Dearborn.
Dearborn resident.
Good evening again, everybody. So, to be honest, I mentioned before, I came to this country, I've been here for more than 40 years, and we have to be honest with each other. When I heard the statement, of the former president, yeah, it hurt very deeply, no question about it. It was humiliating in a way. It was deeply saddened and hurt by it,
Mr. Mayor,
But
I gotta go, I came from work.
You can go.
But this is not about my feelings. It's not about my feelings. It's not about. With all due respect, it's not about your feelings. I think the last time I actually cried was, 35 years ago when my brother died, my young brother. And within the last year, I think I've cried like 5 or 6 times, like tears coming down my eyes. And yesterday was October 7th. Everybody's talking about the Israeli hostages, and okay, they're civilians 100%. But nobody has been talking about the Palestinian lives, the Lebanese lives that have been lost. And for me, this is more important than anything else. This is a picture of one of the little girls, her name is Malak. She lost her father. When the Israeli army was trying to recover the hostages, they killed several hundred people. And then she lost her eye. There's no health care there, so they can't really patch her up. She can't give anything. She can't put a prosthetic eye in there. And she has a young sister. Now she has to help care for her. And so for me, it's all about ending the violence that's going on. In this administration, unfortunately, they've been there for a year. We know there's not going to be any change. I'm just hoping and praying that with somebody else in office, we can stop the carnage and at least give peace a chance. That's really my only focus. And the last thing I want to say is this. We have the Ukraine situation. Americans here were hurting very badly economically, and hundreds of billions of dollars have been sent to Ukraine. And this administration, the war could have been stopped 2 years ago. They sent the Prime Minister of Britain to Ukraine, and they strong-armed Zelensky to stop from signing the peace deal. It's ridiculous. We have to give peace a chance, and really that's what it's all about for me. God bless you.
Thank you.
Hamad. Oh, again, Hamad Shajra from Durban.
Ahmed Sajra from Durban. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Hi again. First thing, I think Muhammad Hassan is liar. He talking about his save the Muslims from something and something, and he said Amir Gharib go to Donald Trump without ask him, and he contact with Kamala Harris without ask the Senate Council or Amir Gharib. That's he's a liar. I will send message in Arabic for the resident in Michigan, actually Pacific and Hamtramck. سوف أتكلم إن شاء الله باللغة العربية لأن a lot of people in the home they don't understand English. This is what I need to send a message because my brothers already speak in English. I'm good with it. أولا رسالة للجالية العربية والإسلامية. لا تصدقون الذين يريدون أن يسبحوا في الماء العكر ليجعلوا الجالية لا قيمة لها ولا مستقبل لأولادها. الجالية اليمنية من ضمن الجاليات المهمشة على مر السنوات الماضية التي لا يريد لها الكثيرون التحرر من التهميش. إلى متى ستظل الجالية اليمنية تصدق أصحاب العقول الضيقة؟ لا تصدقوا من يريد تقسيم أصواتكم بالأقوال. صوتوا للحزب الأخضر أو بغير ملتزم. لا يريدون لكم الخير بل يريدون تقسيم أصواتكم. يا أبناء الجالية العربية في الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية كونوا أحرارا لا تكونوا عبيدا. لا تكونوا عبيدا للحزب الديمقراطي وأجندته في المنطقة سواء من يمنيين أو عرب أو من أمريكان أنفسهم ومن أصحاب الوجبات السريعة والظهور الإعلامي. فرصتكم الآن ومع ابن عربي سيد إن شاء الله 1 minute أكسر. فرصتكم أن تثبتوا مع عمدة مدينة هامترامك والعمل خلفه، وإذا أخطأ أعينوه، وإذا صاب ادعموه. يا أبناء الجالية اليمنية أولادكم أمانة في أعناقكم فلا يتحكم عليكم أصحاب الشذوذ الجنسي. يا أبناء الجالية العربية لا تصدقوا في التخويفات من قطع العلاقات الخارجية والهجرة والمساعدات. هذه دعايات انتخابية للحزب الديمقراطي لجعل أصواتكم مشتتة. انظروا إلى أولادكم، انظروا إلى على من قامت الحرب في غزة وفي لبنان وفي اليمن والعراق. ألم تقم على أيدي الحزب الديمقراطي؟ يا أبناء الجالية اللبنانية إلى متى ستظلون تحت حزب يدعم إبادة بلادكم ويقتل نساءكم وأطفالكم ويشرد ويهدم منازلكم؟ هيا ابتعدوا عن نفاقات القيادات الخادعة التصويرة إلى جواب القيادة الحقيقية التي تتحكم بمصالح أبنائكم وتنظر إلى مستقبلكم. يا أبناء الجالية بليز، يا أبناء الجالية العربية إلى متى سنظل كطائر مقصوص الجناح لا يستطيع أن يصل إلى كرسي القيادة؟ أفيقوا من غفلتكم. بارك الله فيكم والسلام عليكم.
Yes. So basically, he's repeating what the previous people commented. He's calling people to support me, basically, and rallying behind me, and he's telling them about the disappointments from the current leadership. He's calling the Yemeni people and the Lebanese to learn a lesson about what's happening. Their people are being killed by the current administration. It's always calling people to basically support someone else other than the current administration so they can protect their people back home and protect their values and family values here, and rally behind a new leadership and that will value their support. That's basically what it is. Thank you.
Carol, thank you, Carol. You might need to lower the mic a little. Nope, no. It bends.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Carol Rakowski. I live at the Hamtramck Senior Plaza. The reason why I'm here, because the mosque on Holbrook, their call of prayer is way too loud, and they're screaming on the top of their lungs. Something has to be done about this, because there's people at the Hamtramck Senior Plaza that are sick, and they're complaining, but I'm the only one that's come here to let you know. I don't have nothing against the mosque. It's just a call to prayer. It's way too loud. There's no reason for them to scream on the top of their lungs. And then you gotta shut your windows so you can still hear them right through the window. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. City manager will reach out to them.
Did you hear that, Carol? The city manager is gonna reach out to the mosque and see
If they
about
can lower
that.
it.
Thank you.
No
Thank
problem. Hadwan?
Hello, everybody. Sorry. Yeah, what Carol came to talk about today, I think, is exactly what we should be discussing in city council meetings. You know, it's someone from the public, they have a problem, they came to the city council to discuss it. I think that, you know, continuing to allow debate about political, you know, choices, affiliates, endorsements is a huge mistake, guys. I mean, it's not the type of visual we want for the city. You know, we want people to feel comfortable coming to a city council meeting, people who live here, addressing the problems that they have. We need to be talking about what we can do to improve the city. That should be the only type of forum that this hall should be discussing, in my opinion. You know, like, to continuously go back and forth about who's endorsing who, it's a mistake. Endorse who you want on your own time, on your separate time. Keep it out of city council meetings. We should be talking about how we're going to clean our streets. We should be talking about how we're going to improve the lives of people who live in the city. That's all that should be being discussed here. You know, it's a mistake to continue to address people's public comments. We have known agitators attending city council meetings. You know, to the police chief, I have a ton of respect to the police chief. I see what he's doing online. I've seen what he's been reporting to doing on the news. He has my respect. But it's very disheartening that we have someone who is a public agitator, does not live in the city, and you've continuously given him a pat in the back today and allowed him to talk over people during public hearings. That is not right. We have to, like, put ourselves to a certain standard. We cannot allow people from outside of the city to come in and tell us what we should do, how we should behave, get us agitated, get us worked up, and feed off of that. We're better than that. You know, we are better than that. We cannot just look at the majority of people who live in the city and say that's who we're going to represent. We all are hurting from what's happening in Gaza. It hurts all of us. It hurts us to see what's happening in Lebanon. But this is not the forum that's going to solve that. This forum is only going to solve the problems of the people who are living in the city. That's what it's going to solve. If everyone voted Republican, if everyone voted Democrat, it is not going to change the outcome of the election. We have to understand that. You know, like, if we want to battle those problems, we battle them in a different way. But in the city, we battle things that affect everyone in the city. Not just people of the majority, but people of the minority too. We cannot all of a sudden, immigrants became the majority of the city, so there's no longer a minority. That is the worst possible look that we can get. We have to be able to hear everyone across the aisle. You know, we got to stop this. I have respect for everyone sitting in the seats in front of me, but guys, like, we are better than this. It is extremely disheartening to hear this type of speech at a city council meeting. I implore you guys to put the people of the city of Hamtramck first. Thank you.
Thank you. Yahya Mawani? Is that how you say it?
Al-Mawli.
Al-Mawi? Thanks.
Assalamu alaikum.
I've been here in Michigan for 56 years. I worked at Hamtramck Dodge plant for 8 years. I'm here to support Mayor Ghalib for his choice. This is free country. You can endorse, you can vote, you can support whoever you want, okay? And that's the person choice. I was once Republican. My good friend was the head of the party here in Michigan, and he put me into it at the time of Reagan. That was Frank Stella, if anyone know him.
Nope.
But I don't vote party. I vote person, whoever deserved my vote. And we should respect that. We should respect him. He's good for the city of Hamtramck. He did good. He take it from bankrupt until surplus. And he should be supported and respect his choice. That's all I have to say. Good luck.
Thank you. I just want to let you guys know that personally, I did not discuss anything. I didn't start anything politics. I had to respond to some deceiving information that I heard. But personally, I didn't discuss my endorsement. I didn't discuss anything political in my report. You heard me. I continued to distribute the certificate in my report time. But when I heard some disturbing information, I had to respond to it. That's what we want. We want people to be here to tell us what are the issues in the city, because we spent a lot of time focusing on unnecessary issues. We have priorities that we should focus on. We know that. But also, we welcome everybody to come to the city council. I mean, we can't stop anyone from speaking their minds and telling us what they think, what they want to say. So just a clarification, and I think with that I think we have people who are good to run for city council or other stuff. We welcome everybody, including Mr. Hadwan. I encourage you to run for a public office. We would like to see you somewhere to serve. So that's all. We come to the end of our meeting today, and we call for adjournment.
I motion.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
God bless America.
8:53. Thank you.